All right. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We do this every week. We analyze the DFS lineups that were played the week before. And I had a bad Sunday, which I made mistakes and cost myself some money. So that's not good. This is my betting sheet. You can see my profits. That's all time. We'll go to my DFS. So $175 buy-in, 80% cash, 20 GPP. Can I reopen this? Yep. $20.25 is all that I came home with. So I lost $154.75, my worst week. This should not have happened. And I'll show you why. Okay. Running backs. That's where I start. That's where I build. I like guys at home, guys that are value. Good spots. Loved Derrick Henry. 2 touchdowns. Played the chalk and Irving. I thought at 5,400. That was a good play. I really thought this would be better. Arizona's terrible. I mean, with all the points they scored, 34, and he doesn't get 1 touchdown. Those aren't bad numbers. And actually, a touchdown puts him at 18 points and is pretty good. But I didn't have to play him. And on my board, I had Pollard. Pollard was a better play at 6,000. You could see in this one that's paid the top 1,000, 134.12. This is a giant 50. Most of the 50-50s, you needed a better score. But look at Pollard at 6,000. And Bijan Robinson. Those were the top 3 running backs. Those were the 3 running backs I really highlighted as well. And at 6,600 against Carolina, that just made no sense that I didn't play him for some reason. I could have gotten... I don't mind sticking with Henry at that price, but Jacob shouldn't be played. Now, Patriots defense was horrible. I figured the low game total, I didn't think they'd give up that many points. That was a terrible play. Tampa was the chalk. I could have played Tampa against my quarterback and cashed. So really, I don't mind Henry and Irving. Lamb, no. London, fine. Hopkins, no. Sanders, fine. Jacobs, no. Patriots, a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes in this lineup, which still almost cashed. But just, Hopkins I played because it was against Tennessee, but just not a good week. We'll have to get back at it. Those are bad. There's a bad cash game. My best GPP lineup was this one. Drake May. I went May to Henry, Polk, back with Dell. I knew there would be low ownership between those 4. And then I get some chalk in here with Henry, Irving. Went with Lamb, London, Buccaneers defense. 180 was the winning lineup with a stack of Jackson, Flowers, and ran it back with McLaurin, Sanders, and Johnson. People are doing a lot of the secondary stacks with a 2 and a 1 off instead of doing 1. So this is a secondary stack that has Robinson and then running it back with Johnson and Sanders. It's a good correlated lineup. That's what you want to try to do. And leave some comments if you we don't want this, right? How do we get onto this? did have some pretty good scores. But for the year, I'm up $200, which is fine. Last night in the showdown, had a ticket. This was my team. 644 out of 2972. If you're going to play Allen, you should always play more pass catchers. I figured he'd run 2 in and throw for 1. So I wanted all the rushing touchdowns. Davis, Allen, and Lazard, Shakur, but probably in the future you got to go with another receiver there. If your captains, like he went Kincaid and Samuel, but that's not a bad lineup either. I'm hard on myself because I expect to win every week. And I was not happy with how this turned out. This was my other good GPP lineup. Lamar, and I went with Mark Andrews and Derrick Henry. I went a little different here. This was a pretty good lineup. Winning lineup at 167. I was at 153. This is out of 237 people. Hand built this. Lamar, Henry, Andrews. I went with Noah Brown at 3,900 with some upside. I knew that I would get a lot of low ownership. Then A.J. Brown coming in under 10%. I was all over that. Tolbert, Dallas, had the Bucks D. Mooney, lousy. So could have, for the 4 o'clock games, I could have pivoted out of Mooney and Tolbert, but what would I have done? Wasn't much there. Maybe Sutton. Look at that. Mayfield, Godwin, Otten. Did not run it back. And an Irving stack. Didn't run it back with anyone. It's a lot of one-offs. And he had the Patriots defense. And he still did it. All right, so that's my lineup review for Week 6. We'll get him at Week